Okay, upstairs bedroom, you probably know about the laundry chute. Just goes into the utility downstairs. These switches here are for underfloor heating in the ensuite upstairs. I've never really used it. I used it once and yeah, never sort of used it since. But anyway, just thought I ought to let you know. Okay, so every room has got telephone, internet and TV aerial hardwired in. We'll go to the media cabinet in a bit. So this is the landing cupboard. There's a couple of strange looking switches on the wall. The electrician put them in by mistake when the house was first built. He thought the boiler was going in here. But these do absolutely nothing apart from this one, which is just a normal power socket. So this alarm is maintained by DSC Alarms in Bracknell. The code is 91248. There's also a visitor's code, so you know if somebody else sort of came in. When I used to have a lodger, I gave them a different code of 0248. But obviously you can get them reset with DSC Alarms when they come to service it. There's also a text message system which seems to be working. It shouldn't be, but if you ask them to change the mobile number for the text message to your mobile number, if the alarm goes off for any reason, you should get a text to your mobile. Although that service is supposed to be disabled, but it still seems to be working for me. So this is where I had TV. There's HDMI cables coming out of the wall here and coming out at the bottom here. Unfortunately, the plumber and painter broke them. I'm trying to fix it, but you may need to replace those cables, which may not be easy, but I'll do my best to fix them. These cables are for the ceiling speakers, so I used to have an amplifier which this cable plugged into to give you surround sound. This is a double aerial socket. I used to have a loop back so that I could watch BT Sport on any TV in the house, but this has been disabled now with the removal of the gizmo in the media cabinet. So the cross on the left means that aerial doesn't work, but this one does. I can't seem to disconnect this internet cable. Again, I'll do my best to do so. All rooms have this heating control which you can switch on or off or increase the heat temperature or decrease it. It's all wired into the underfloor heating system downstairs. Into the media cupboard. First of all, this is the rainwater harvesting system, which you can switch off if you wish, but the rainwater is pumped back into the house, and you can switch the flow on and off if there's a leak or something with these taps, which I haven't had in 10 years. This is the media cabinet. You just have to plug your router using one of these cables up here, so that goes into your router or power router, and if you're with BT, I think they're compatible. And then you've got an internet cable here. So you don't need to worry too much about this cabinet. It kind of does its own thing, but you do have to switch it on here. This bit is the alarm system, which the DSC alarms will come once a year to maintain. It's about 130 quid, I think. Now this is the manifold for the underfloor heating system. It hasn't happened for 2 or 3 years, but when you switch it on, occasionally one of these plastic components crack and you get a small leak. Now I think I had a bad batch when I originally put this in, but I think all of them have been replaced over the years. There are a couple of spares. It is easy enough to turn off your central heating and with a spanner take these out. I've left you a couple of spares, or at least one spare, in the box of goodies or in the utility cupboard, so it's not a big problem. I think I've also left you the address of where to order some new ones should it happen, but it hasn't happened for 3 or 4 years now. So in the utility now, and these are the master switches for the washing machine, the dryer, what was the drinks cabinet in the kitchen, the dishwasher, and the fridge freezer, and the cooker hood. So if you want to switch any of those off for any reason, just use the controls here. So here's the central system for the heating and the hot water. This one controls the hot water and the radiators on a timer. Obviously adjust that to suit yourselves, and then I'll put that back in a minute. This is the hot water pump, which makes sure that hot water comes out of your hot water taps pretty much straight away. And then this is your master underfloor heating for downstairs. This here is a key cupboard. I can't work out how to get it off the wall, so I've left it there. If you want it, fine, but it won't be painted behind, so yeah, up to you whether you use it. You can put a nice photo in the front of it as well. Into the garage now, and in the corner is your main stopcock for the mains water. Moving on to the gas boiler, which has just been serviced. Nothing much really to say there, except you can control it using this switch it on and off. That's your immersion switch for emergency hot water. Yes, light switch for the garage. So that's your main hot water cylinder. Now onto the solar stuff. Again, you don't really need to do anything. They will come and service it every 4 or 5 years. And this is the master switch where you can switch it off if we do have an incredible heat wave. There is a limit to the temperature that it can get to. So electrics now, 2 circuit boards. The only one to sort of think about is the outside lights, which yeah, the outside system, which can be switched on and off. That's probably the one I've used the most. It's off at the moment because I'm just about to change a fuse. There's your garage controller. There's one controller that I will leave with you. I've got another one. I can't find it at the moment, but I'll post it or drop it off when I do find it. So this is your feed-in tariff meter. So the solar panels that generate electricity up in the roof go through this meter, and every quarter you have to submit a reading to your electric supplier. So just give them that meter reading there. Again, if there's any problems, which I've never had, you can just switch the whole thing off on here. And then just outside you've got your 2 meters, gas and electric. It's a smart meter now, so I haven't had to give readings for that for quite some time. So this security camera is hooked up to the internet, or it would be. There's a power switch for it, and there's various internet cables. So I mentioned the outside switch on the fuse board in the garage. This is where the electric feed comes out into the garden in the fruit cage, and there's a grey box there which will control 4 sets of power. So one of which is for the pond pump, which is behind this bush here. The second one is for the summer house here. The third one is for the rainwater system, which is under there, and then the fourth one goes to the shed just up here. So just come with me a moment. Now from the shed there's various switches. One is for that light there, one is for that light there, one feeds into this box here, and there's also another box around here. Now both of these were used for garden lighting when I had the cinema. The guy said it's not really designed to take heavy power tools or lawnmowers or anything like that. And then yeah, so I say all those switches control those 4 elements with supplies coming to and from in that corner. Yeah, so you can use these boxes to put Christmas lights up or decorations, and yeah, I had it going all along the fence. And then one of the other switches provides a floodlight system for this side garden here. outdoor shed, chalet or summer house, whatever you want to call it. That's the sprinkler system for the side garden. There is a sensor outside which will will prevent this from being triggered if it's been raining a lot, so it doesn't water the garden unnecessarily. This is a light switch for here, and also the other one, there's some, the one on the right I believe is for the floodlit lights in the four corners of this section here. So it looks very pleasant. You can select colours. I've left you the remote to do that. Outdoor socket switch can be switched on and off from inside, so that's handy to have. These decking lights no longer work, unfortunately. There was a remote control for them, but yeah, you unfortunately need to take out the whole decking if you want to replace them, but yeah, I just had to make do with these instead.